Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today for you I have this fall berry inspired makeup tutorial. It's kind of like a grungy, very smoky, very easy tutorial, and I am going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This will be actually the first time I have used this palette. Shocker, I know, I'm probably the last one on the boat. But yeah, I'm excited to use this. This is how the look came out, and if you are interested in seeing how I got all of this berry inspired fall tutorial look, then just keep on watching. Alright, I'm going to start with my Rare Beauty primer. You guys probably think that I have like a brand deal or something with this primer, but I just love it so much. I think it's the best primer, especially for someone with dry skin, and it always makes me look really hydrated and illuminating. So yeah, trying the new foundation today. It is the Morphe 2 foundation. Super excited. I saw Kristen Leanne post about this on her Instagram saying like it was amazing, so I thought I would give it a shot. It comes in like a little dropper, so I'm gonna see. I guess I'm just gonna drop out a little bit. It's very liquidy. I got the shade, I have no idea, Hint of Ivory. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it with my sponge. I think the color's pretty good. It looks a tad light, but nothing too crazy. It might just look light because my skin is so red right now. I tried filming another video before this, and it didn't work out. So I took off all my makeup and was like, alright, let's just start with a fresh idea. Wow, this foundation is gorgeous. Let me get my mirror. Yeah, this foundation looks so good. Like, it's so luminous and pretty. Like, yeah, in my little problem areas, which are like right here where I get dry, and then up here in this area, it looks really good. Ooh. Okay, Morphe. For concealer, going in with the MAC Pro Longwear. It has been some years since I've used this, so it's kind of like a first impression because last time I used this I was 16 or 17 and I had what I didn't know at the time, good skin. Okay, so it's a little bit more liquidy than I remember. I'm in the shade NW15, that's what I used to be as well. Very classic. Hopefully it's not too dry. I used to love this stuff. I used to put it all over my face as foundation. And then I would put full coverage powder foundation, the Studio Fix powder, on top of it. And probably more stuff in high school because I just thought I had so much to cover. And then I turned 20 and I was like, oh, so this is what it's like to have like actual problem skin. No, I think I'm still very lucky with my skin in general. Oh, this concealer is beautiful. It's not drying at all. I've tried plenty of concealers that claim to be hydrating and they get all cakey on me. This is gorgeous. Alright, I'm back. I actually went and got a powder. I'm just going to use my Hourglass Ethereal Light powder, and I'm just going to like barely put it under my eyes just because I don't want to get any fallout. Just going to set like where I put the concealer mostly. But wow, this base, like with the concealer you get like the coverage. I feel like the Morphe one had a good amount of coverage too, like at least medium. Probably medium buildable though, in my opinion. I feel like I look pretty flawless right now. I think I'm going to stop with the face, go on with the rest of my eye makeup, and then we'll come back. I'm going to start off with the MAC Pink Chili Paint Pot. It's just like a MAC day, kind of. Not really, but just priming. Alright then, and the star of this look is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Looks like this. The little brush fell out. I said in my Ulta video that this is the first time I've ever used this palette. Well, this will be my first time because I recently just bought it. and I'm probably the last person on the planet, but again, Brianna Fox, she convinced me I needed it. She's been doing some fall looks with this, and I was like, it's really pretty. I really need it. So, here we have it. I think I'm going to go more of like a berry tone, like I said. I don't want it to be too intense, but we'll see how it goes. I think I'm going to start off with the color Bon Fresco, or Buon. I don't know. And I'm just going to apply that lightly in the crease, just kind of sculpt out the little like crease bone right there. With Anastasia's shadows, I've figured out that less is more, and you should really start off kind of slow, or else they can get a little patchy. I think that's just because they're so pigmented, so no, like, nothing bad or anything, just start off slow, work your way up. Alright, I think I'm going to go in just to like have some warm undertones in it. I'm going to go in with golden ochre and orange soda. Is that orange? No, burnt orange, sorry. These two right here. Sorry, not even looking. Just going to lightly tap those and apply those right where I put that, you know, very light purple shade, just so we have a little bit of warmth, so we don't get any kind of like too ashy and like dead looking. We want a little bit of life in here because it is a fall tutorial, and even though we're going off of like the purple berry scheme, I still want some of that fall light into it. So just blending that. Alright, and then I'm going to go in with just like a little blending brush. It looks dirty, I promise it's not. And I'm going to go in with red ochre. I'm going to lightly take that and just kind of start sweeping it across my lid. So just mostly on the outer corner and like building kind of an outer V, but kind of sweeping it all over. And we're going to go kind of build our way into like the pinky tones, because we don't want to, I don't want it to go like full on bright pink, you know? I'm just kind of going back and forth to make sure nothing's blending crazy. Going back in with that big fluffy brush I used earlier and kind of just manipulating that red ochre shade, so it kind of is just like a wash of red. So far we just have like a wash of some colors on the lid and the crease. Going in with a little tiny tapered blending brush, I'm going to go ahead and take Venetian Red, and I'm going to mix it with Love Letter, which is that other kind of magenta shade, and I'm going to put that like really tight in the crease. So starting on the outside, because that's where we want the most pigment, and kind of like carving. This is a really thin brush, so you can kind of again, I'm going to keep switching back to that fluffy brush and just really blending, because I don't want anything too harsh. I want it to be very blown out. And alright, that's what we have so far. I don't know if the camera's really picking up the pink tones, but I'm going to take a little bit more of the Love Letter and Venetian Red mixed, and I'm going to kind of pack it on to my outer corner. Really messy, just so that pigment is there, and then we can blend it out and manipulate it however we want. Going in with a little bit more of a firm blending brush, I'm going to kind of very gently start to blend that. I don't want all the pigment to go away. Alright, going back in with the red ochre shade, I'm going to apply that more towards the center of my lid, a little bit more exact this time. But still very lightly, no harsh lines. We don't want anything like super pigmented. And I'm going to kind of apply the rest of it that's on my brush over my crease. So we're just really focusing on layering these shades. This isn't necessarily necessary to layer a bunch of shades on top of each other. I just want it to look very seamless and very, I want some dimension in there, and I want some different shades, like some pinks and some reds, as well as some more fall kind of tones, but I don't want it to be like noticeable. I don't know. I just want overall this to like carry a berry vibe. So finally, I'm going to go in with the shade Antique Bronze. It's this color right here. A really unique color. It's kind of like a plum with some shimmer and like red and pink in it. It's very, very unique. I'm going to take kind of like a little packer brush. I'm going to go in with that and then apply that.
Bronze shade all over the inner part of my lid. Sorry, I'm not showing you that. Yeah, this shade looks quite good. So I'm going to apply kind of over my crease as well in that inner part. Because I just want it, like, at least wash and I can do it.
My finger and kind of soften it on the innermost point. Going back in with that Venetian red and Love Letter very, very lightly and just hitting the very top of my crease just so that stands out a little bit more. Taking that big brush, blending it out. So we have like a nice mix of like some browns, reds, and berries kind of coming through. All with the last thing I'm going to do is go in with the shade Cypress Umber, which is just this dark brown on the end. And I'm just going to tap this on my lash line on the outer corners. I feel like this just really makes my lashes look nicer in the end and gives a little bit more of like a smoky and like full appearance. So just tapping it. It doesn't have to be super clean. No one's going to see it once you apply your mascara. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'll be right back. I'm just going to apply my Milk Kush mascara off camera. Alright, before I put on my lashes, I'm going to go ahead and just do the lower lash line first. So for the lower lash line, I'm just going to take that color Love Letter, which is probably the most vivid magenta in the palette. Really tap off my brush, and I'm going to tightly run this underneath. I just kind of connected that color up towards the rest. And finally, I'm going to take the shade, mix both of these shimmer shades, it's Vermeer and Primavera, and I'm going to apply those on my inner corner, just to give it a little pop. For lashes, I'm going to be using my new set that I got from Kiss. It's the Moonlight Kisses, and I think I'm going to take these ones, they're called Belle. So I'm going to go apply those really quick off camera again, and I'll probably do my eyebrows. Alright, I applied my brows. They look crazy. I definitely need some bronzer. I'm looking real pale with these red shades. This is how the eye look kind of came out. I feel like it's all going to come down to the lip on what the whole look will look like. If you wanted to do more of like a vampy, like bitten look, you should just apply maybe like a darker red, darker berry. Or you could do, probably what I'm going to do is do a nude, and it'll probably bring out more of like the pink soft tones. But before we do that, we need to fix this. I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood or Film Star Bronze and Glow. Applying that. I have a video coming up on how I've been applying my like cheek products, my contour, my blush, everything like that, because I have been doing it pretty differently. I've been applying it a little bit further up, and it's made a really big difference. So I have a video coming probably after this one. For bronzer, I'm just going to go in with the Maybelline City Bronzer. I just want a touch of bronzer added, just for a little bit more warmth. Nothing crazy, just like a little bit. I feel like with this look, I don't want everything to be too cool toned. I'm also going to bring it down my neck because I'm wearing black and I look very white. Alright, for blush, we're going to go in with the Fenty Cream Blush in Summertime Wine. It's a really, really pretty berry shade. It's like more of a red berry. She has another one that's a little bit more purple. And I'm going to apply that kind of heavily. I want a pretty blushy look. I know that looks scary, but I promise it will be fine. I'm going to take my beauty blender and kind of just start the blending process. And then kind of go back with that blush. Hit the apples a little bit, the temples, and the tip of the nose. And kind of just find a clean brush to blend the rest out. These Fenty ones are really pigmented and they have, you know, like great color payoff and stuff, but they are super nice to blend. So don't worry if you feel like you apply too much, because it's fine. You might think this is a lot of blush, but my blush fades like crazy, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my Anastasia Starlight Illuminator, this super old one that they don't even sell anymore, but I can't stop using it, so I'm just going to apply that on the high points of my cheeks. I don't want a super highlighted look, just like a normal. I say like not a super, well this is like blinding light. It's fine, right? Alright, and then I guess what's next is lips. So I'm going to be using my MAC Subculture lip liner, and just to line that, I'm probably going to overline just a little. I can't talk when I do this, so I'm just going to. And for my lipstick today, I'm going to go in with the MAC Viva Glam 2 lipstick. This is my favorite from the Viva Glam line. Looks like this. It's kind of like a rosy brown. Really matte. I really like that. Alright, and just to touch it off in the center, I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Matte Academia. It's one of their really matte lipsticks, and I'm going to just put a little of that in the center and kind of tap it out just to give kind of like a look. And let's get my hair out of this look. Alright, so that is my finished look. Sorry if I'm always looking off camera, it's because there's a mirror and I'm not vain, I just want to make sure everything looks good. But yeah, that's the eyes and the lips. I really like how everything came together. I think that Summertime Wine blush is perfect. I definitely recommend the Fenty blushes. But yeah, first impressions of the Modern Renaissance, I loved it. I think the tones are so pretty. And I really like this look. Obviously, there's so many different looks you can do with this, but I wanted to do something a little bit more grungy and purple for the fall, because I feel like more of my looks are going to be more orangey, things like that. So I love it. I think it makes my blue eyes look really nice. And yeah, like I said, if you wanted to do a little bit more, you could just add, oh, this guy's about to blow leaves. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I think this is a really nice, like, grungy, kind of berry fall tutorial. Very easy, like, literally the eye look was basically just smudging different shades on your lid and the outer corner until you like how it looks, and then apply something on top. And yeah, I really love this lip, Viva Glam lipstick, one of my all-time faves. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this. It's a little bit something darker from me. And yeah, so that's it. That's my Modern Renaissance Berry Fall tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Oh, this guy's like right outside my window. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!